Hello there and welcome to the Bearded Peacock. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United. I'm of course George. Welcome along to the channel, everybody. And it's a match review of that disappointing, highly disappointing and very hard to take defeat away at the hands of Aston Villa at Villa Park last night, Friday night, as I'm recording. So yeah, look, I know a lot of people now are losing patience with Jesse Marsch. We'll get on to that in this video because I am personally as well losing my patience a little bit, and I do think it's probably time for the manager to take his leave and go. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on Jesse Marsch, on our current situation. At the end of play today, we're currently sitting in 14th position, where Bournemouth are still playing at this point that I'm recording it against Brentford. They're currently 1-0 down. But if that stays the same, we stay in 14th position, 2 points above the relegation zone in, I think the team in 18th place is Everton on 15 points. All the bottom three have 15 now, with Southampton beating Everton at Goodison Park this afternoon. Wolves beat West Ham. And in the other one, Forest beat Leicester. Really good result for Forest. But enough of that. We're talking about Leeds. I hope everybody's just calmed down. I think I have just about from that really dismal result. It was a decent performance. Looking back on it now, but we don't give ourselves any help at all. You want to win this game, yeah. You don't want to be conceding within the opening 3 minutes. And at that, conceding from your own corner. I mean, to be fair, we started okay in the first couple of minutes. We got that corner. We're looking quite bright. Mark Rocker should have probably made contact with that ball in from Adams in the corner. From the corner. 17 seconds later, it's in our goal, in the back of our net, and we're 1-0 down. I mean, unbelievably bad defending from, first of all, to let them just, it was so open. I think only a few passes between, them getting the ball and it going in our net. So, Boubacar Kamara was good all night, but he was afforded way too much space in this occasion. Managed to pick out Leon Bailey on their right hand side, and he just turns in, curls the ball in the top corner. You knew it was going to go in. And Pascal's sharp down that left hand side. It's far too easy, far too easy. And then we've got a mountain to climb. And yeah, from there we take control. We should have scored. I mean, obviously we get unlucky with that offside goal. Rodrigo's just off. And then obviously there's a penalty shout for me from that clever free kick. Obviously we've been watching. They've been watching the Netherlands do it in the World Cup, obviously against Emi Martinez, who was in goal for Aston Villa. Rodrigo should have had a penalty. For me, it's a penalty. Gets pulled down, I think, by Mings, is it? I mean, Mings and Konza, they were shocking. They were basically giving us the ball and saying, "Look, can you score? Because we don't quite fancy it today. We're not looking the best." And they weren't all night long, giving it away. Poor passing around the back. It constantly go to one of our players, and we just couldn't take advantage of it. I think we'd still be playing now, really, and we wouldn't get that equalising goal. Just first half they were on top of Aston Villa from when Villa scored. Like I said, they should have had a penalty. Rodrigo's offside goal. Um, and that chance by Jack Harrison. It's a lovely play by Tyler Adams, first of all, to pick out Luke Ayling on that right hand side. And he whips up, he dinks the ball in. Lovely. I mean, Jack Harrison, you have to score. You have to score, man. You have to. I don't care if he's a World Cup winning goalkeeper in the goal. You have to score that. You know what, 4 or 5 yards out, just get something on it, or get it away from the goalkeeper, and it's 1-1. And from there, the ascendancy is with us, and we'll maybe go on to win that game. As it was, we went in 1-0 down. Mellier's got nothing to do other than pick the ball out of his own net. And second half, it continues. We're on top of them without really, it has to be said, creating much. But Villa, like I said, were giving it to us. Tyrone Mings and Ezri Konza in particular, just giving us. I thought Emi Martinez was very casual in his play as well. And it looked like we just needed that cutting edge to cut them open and take advantage of the mistakes, and they just couldn't do it. Patrick Bamford comes on with about 50. Well, he comes on just after they score the second goal. I mean, let's talk about that. I mean, it's on the run of play, but as Gary Neville, excuse me, kept alluding to in the commentary, Villa had better quality than us in that final third to kill us off, and they did that really with this second goal on about 65 minutes. Emi Buendia, and he gets lucky, doesn't it? It's Leon Bailey again with a shot. Melier should do better here, I think. Either he can't catch it, push it away from their attackers, because he pushes it straight into the path of Emi Buendia, who nods it in over him. He can't quite get to it, gets a hand on it, but he can't push it any further, but just into the goal. VAR check, but he's miles onside. And I tell you what, who it was. It was Robin Koch, wasn't it? Who had an absolute shocking game. For me, the whole defence did. But yeah, it's unforgivable. He's playing them all onside, and he's just not stepped up. And obviously, Emi Buendia's onside. And, the referee's prolonging our pain, isn't he, by just checking it VAR. We all know he's onside. We can see it. Just give the goal. He did eventually. It went 2-0. And you think that's the game done, but we kept pushing. And in particular through Willie Gnonto. And Gary Neville was absolutely waxing lyrical about Willie Gnonto, wasn't he? And he was the best player on the pitch, really. I mean, he didn't get the man of the match because he was on the losing side. But if he wasn't, I'm sure he would have got it, because he was brilliant. He was brilliant in that game. All day long, all night long, flashing past Ashley Young. Really gave Ashley Young a really good game, and it's him who creates our goal to get back into it on 83 minutes. Like I said, Patrick Bamford comes on. I think somebody else did as well after we went 2-0 down. He'd done nothing, up until that point, but Willie Gnonto turns Young, gets into the box, does well to get it back off the defender, tees up Bamford, who puts it in left-footed into the bottom corner. And that's a positive if there wasn't any more. Bamford coming back, gets his first goal of the season. Hopefully now he can, be an option off the bench maybe, because it does look like, news this evening that Rutter is a done deal. It may very well be already confirmed by the time this video goes out, but I'll make a separate video on Rutter signing and what we might be able to expect from him and everything like that. We'll keep this solely on Aston Villa review. Disappointing result. Obviously, we are pushing towards the end of the game, but we just can't get that equaliser. We should have got something out of this game. It's now, I'm sure everybody's said it, it's like 2 wins from 17 games. It's not good enough. And like I said, for me, I was champion Jesse Marsch last year. I wanted him in. Now I want him out. I must admit, I don't think it can't last any longer, this. I know it was a good performance from what we've had recently. Last night was better, but it means nothing if you're going to ultimately lose the games, and you have been losing games in the lead up to this. If it was a one-off game and we'd been doing well, we played well but lost the game, you could kind of take it. But playing well doesn't do anything now. You have to win games, because we're so close now to getting into the relegation zone. I thought we would be in it by now come the end of play today. We're not. But I don't think it'll be too long if we keep going like we are, to be honest with you. Jesse Marsch, I think his time won't be up. The board won't have done with him. I don't think they will. Obviously, they're getting signings in, looking like Rutter, like I said, probably done by the time this video's come out. Plattenberg, the guy, Sky Sports Germany, had good news about it, well, not long ago, on time of recording. So, yeah, he's coming in. It looks like on Unahi, the Moroccan lad, they're pushing hard for him by the sound of it as well. So the board are backing Jesse, or, are they just getting players in and seeing how it goes? Because to me, it just needs... I'd probably give him... Look, if the form improves, the form improves. But what I'm saying is, if it doesn't, I'd give him to the end of this window, of January window. if we haven't won a game from now till the end of January, he needs to go. He needs to go, and that's, it's because we're not winning games of football. We're not doing enough, and the squad itself is actually pretty decent. And I think a decent manager with clear ideas on how to play would actually get a real good tune out of this lot. It's a talented group of football players, really. I think they're just a bit confused, and the way of playing is a little bit befuddled and not clear, and probably not to what a lot of the players are suited for as well. So I just think it needs changing. Let me know if you feel the same as well, and let me know as well who you'd want in to replace Jesse Marsh, because I haven't quite made my mind up on that yet. But it's got to change is all I know, and that's, I think a lot of people are from, of that persuasion of thinking now, given the result last night. Yes, like I said, the performance was good, but ultimately at the moment, if you're not playing well, you need results, and we didn't get it last night. Obviously, like I said, Rutter is on his way, which is good news. I'll make a separate video on him, when it's confirmed and everything like that. But thank you very much for watching. Leave your comments down there below. A very disappointing night for Leeds, and I was very, very frustrated actually come the end of this game. But I've calmed down now. You've got to have a look at the game in a just a just a sort of a different light, really, and sort of analyse it and say, hey, this is where we need to do better. Just incidentally, Brentford have just scored, so it's 2-0 now. I think I wasn't looking, but it looks like it was Jensen, perhaps. So, yeah, so they're 2-0 up on Bournemouth. We play them next. It's going to be a bit of a bloodbath, I think. Hopefully not. Hopefully Leeds will come out. It's the Ellen Road crowd. Hopefully we can pull something out of the bag on, is it Saturday? We've got Cardiff before then. They've just sacked their manager, Mark Hudson. We'll look at that in the week as well. Well, in the next few days. It's on Wednesday, isn't it? It's a lovely goal, actually, that, by the way. Down the left-hand side, he's cut it back. He's take a touch and he's put it in the top corner. It's a lovely goal, is that? Norgard, is it? No, not Norgard, it's Jensen. I don't know. We're not talking about Brentford. We're talking about Leeds United. Get there in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Marching on together. I'll see you on the next one. Let's keep us heads up and keep going.